Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. Dai here, and you're watching the Femboy Files, where we discover and celebrate various anime and games through their lovely traps. If you're confused, be sure to note which day this video went public. I've compiled a list of 10 iconic anime femboys. This is in no way exhaustive, as I'm honestly cherry-picking ones that are famous or I'm most familiar with. The goal here is to showcase these characters and their appeal, not debate the semantics of gender identity. Thus, these femboys are all biological males who either present as female or are easily mistaken as girls. How they identify is a secondary concern for me, and I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. What I will do is get y'all to buy this adorable dai-chan dakimakura from Cuddly Octopus. I made the art myself, and I'm very proud of it. Without further ado, let's unveil the curtains. To literally nobody's surprise, we've got Astolfo from Fate Apocrypha, among other Fate works. He's one of the 12 paladins of Charlemagne, the son of an English king who went on wild adventures with his fellow knights. He's energetic, optimistic, yet completely nonsensical. In lore, he actually lost his sense or sanity on the moon. He often dresses in women's clothes, which is a callback to legend when he cross-dressed in an attempt to calm his rampaging cousin Roland. This has made him an icon in the fanbase, frequently featured in yaoi doujins. Despite this, according to legend, he's actually a total ladies' man. As a heroic spirit, he inherits a number of powerful artifacts he acquired in life. There's his lance, the fittingly named Trap of Argalia, which has the power to bring opponents to their knees. His grimoire, Cassio de Logistile, protects him from magical spells. La Black Luna, a hunting horn, is so loud and powerful that it frightens attackers. Most helpful is his mount, the phantasmal hippogriff he borrows from his cousin Bradamante. Details on all of this can be found in my specialized lore video on Astolfo. Within Apocrypha, he's summoned by a twisted master named Selenik. She's a real piece of work, but she does have taste, worshipping Astolfo's shirtless body. He puts his heart before his loyalty, ultimately disobeying Selenik to rescue and join a frail homunculus named Sieg. Personally, Astolfo's my top pick for femboy, and I stamp him a certified favorite. Whether you appreciate his epic lore or massive monster energy can, Astolfo's a lovable femboy who starts us off with a bang. Felix Argyle is a side character from the isekai anime Re:Zero. He's a knight serving under Cruce Karnstein of Lagunica. He's an all-natural cat boy, inheriting his demi-human appearance from birth. Sadly, his childhood was awful, as his feuding parents kept him locked up in a basement for 9 years. It was Crucia who rescued him from captivity, but during the struggle, he wound up stabbing her. At that point, he discovered he could use healing magic, saving her life. Felix has served as Crucia's attendant ever since. He presents as a girl out of a promise he made to Crucia. She worried she could not succeed her father as a woman, so he symbolically gave her his boyhood. Initially, Felix was afraid to join the Royal Guard, worried that his status as a demi-human would alienate him. Instead, it opened the door for him to meet new friends and allies. Despite his improved circumstances, Felix remained plagued by his past and vindictive parents. Coerced by his father, he was tasked with reviving his deceased mother with the sacrament of the Immortal King. Unfortunately, this only resulted in her crumbling away as an undead atrocity after strangling her own husband. Felix masks this tragedy behind a playful, feminine persona, but as a healer, he takes death and the livelihood of his friends seriously. It's a shame that so little of this backstory is conveyed in the anime. I think it really helps expand on his appeal. Departing from the fantasy genre, I have to mention Chihiro Fujisaki from Danganronpa. His background is similarly tragic. As a child, Chihiro was bullied for being too weak. Those around him expected him to man up, causing him to form a weakness complex. Rather than bulking out, complying with his bully's demands, Chihiro instead started dressing as a girl, though this only made him more insecure. While his harassment was rooted in sexism, Chihiro's weakness was significant, to the point where he couldn't even play outside. Glued to the computer, he would instead learn to program, improved to be a computer prodigy. His skills landed him a spot at Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate programmer. There, he was forced into the mutual killing game by Monokuma. When his identity as a boy was to be revealed to the class, he decided to admit the truth himself and vow to become stronger through exercise. His body may have been weak, but his strength of will tragically got him murdered by a jealous peer. Like a true technophile, though, Chihiro continues on his alter ego, an AI program he developed before dying. In this form, he assists the other students trying to escape the death game. His arc is a testament to the fact that strength doesn't exclusively refer to fitness. Chihiro was plenty strong in his own way. Next up, we've got Nagisa Shiota from Assassination Classroom. Nagisa was born to his mother, Hiromi Shiota. She was a traumatized parent who pushed that trauma onto others. Thanks to her awful attitude, she divorced her husband and found the need to experience through her child all the things she missed out growing up herself. Since Nagisa was a boy, however, she forced him to grow out his hair and cross-dress around the house. His mom's pressure tanked his confidence and grades, but he eventually gained friends who helped him mask his hair at school. Nagisa's life is forever changed when his new teacher winds up being an alien, Koro-sensei, and he's instructed on how to assassinate his own teacher. Through this odd curriculum, the students build character and confidence, learning to harness their strengths and overcome their weaknesses. Reluctantly, Nagisa even learns how to weaponize his feminine appearance to deceive his targets. Not romantically, mind you, but for infiltration and espionage. This, in turn, helps him gain the assertiveness to stand up to his abusive mom and live as an individual. Wow, these last two femboys make it seem like being effeminate is a bad thing, but hopefully y'all realize the true problem was that they were forced into it. Hideri Kanzaki from Blend S shows us the power of a femboy who wants to be cute. You see, Hideri comes from a family of farmers, but rejects that lifestyle in favor of becoming an idol. He pursues this path in hopes of making it big, to escape the nightmare that is inheriting his parents' farm. As a step in the right direction, Hideri cross-dresses as a waitress and works at Cafe Steel. While he's introduced as an idol-themed waitress, he doesn't actually sing. He does generally put a lot of effort into maintaining a girly voice and demeanor, but this facade breaks on occasion, such as when he squashes a cockroach without fear. This is often accompanied by letting slip his natural Kansai accent. Dino, the cafe's manager, nearly fired Hideri when his sex was discovered, but his bold charisma prevailed. After all, cuteness isn't exclusive to girls, especially in anime. Needless to say, I had to include Hideri after seeing all the Blend S memes out there. While I'm not a huge fan of the anime Oregairu or my teen romantic comedy snafu, I have nothing against the show's femboy, Saeka Totsuka. He's the president of Sobu High School's tennis club. Despite being nicknamed the Prince by his female classmates, which is a reference to the Prince of Tennis manga, Saeka's often noticed for his feminine appearance, which has the main protagonist Hachiman sometimes forget he's a boy at all. Even though he plays tennis, his skin is prone to sunburns, and he enjoys the darkness of haunted houses and other scary things. His best traits are his sincerity and kindness, which shine right through Hachiman's pessimistic worldview. A big part of this sincerity comes from observing and paying attention to Hachiman, who usually keeps his troubles bottled up. Saeka's not one to ignore someone for being an introvert. There's no trauma or drama here, just a wholesome guy who happens to be cute and owns it to motivate his tennis team. It's honestly quite refreshing. The story of Maria Holic involves both a trap and reverse trap, but for today we're gonna focus on Maria Shido, true name Shizu. You see, Maria and Shizu Shido are two siblings who attend Ameno Kisaki's all-girls and all-boys schools respectively. Both of these academies were once led by their grandmother, who made a silly bet that if the two could effectively cross-dress and blend in with the opposite schools for 3 years, they would become those schools' next chairman. Shizu and his twin sister take this seriously, switching places with each other. He then becomes his sister, attending her all-girls Catholic school out of respect for his grandma. Now, he essentially is Maria, as his sister does the exact same thing with his name. Maria nails the act, fooling the staff and his classmates, except for Kanako Miyamae, who accidentally learns the truth. His feminine charm conceals a sadistic side that he uses to toy with Kanako and manipulate her into keeping his secret. Fittingly, Maria is nicknamed the Devil Child, though it's not like sadism is exclusively male or anything. A more honest femboy is Hideyoshi Kinoshita from Baka and Test. He and his fraternal twin sister attend Fumizuki Academy, and while he dresses in a male uniform, his female classmates often forget his actual sex. The others who don't adore him, as he gets around 3 love confessions a month. When nominated for a list of guys who'd look good in girls' clothing, he was eventually disqualified, as it would be unfair given his beauty. It doesn't help that, as a member of the drama club, he can perfectly replicate a girl's voice and behavior. Both Hideyoshi's guy and girl peers want him to use the woman's changing room at school, but to avoid that pressure, he instead changes all by himself. His androgyny has the school jokingly rumor he's of a 3rd gender. That said, he appreciates it when others recognize him as a guy, but he also blushes when treated like a girl before correcting people on their mistake. In other words, he's a guy who struggles with being too cute for his own good. Ironic, then, how the kanji in his name can mean lucky. Take that as you will. Our next femboy is one who is so feminine that early censors in the 90s tried to present him straight up as a girl. Fisheye from Sailor Moon Supers was a fish given human form by Zirconia of the Dead Moon Circus. He's one of the Amazon trio, tasked with finding Pegasus, who was hiding within an Earthling's dream mirror. The details differ between adaptations, but overall, this means blending in with humanity and targeting individuals to peer deep into their dreams. Fisheye prefers to pursue male victims while dressing as a woman. In addition to summoning lemures to do his bidding, he attacks with throwing knives and water beams, all while teleporting through a hoop of water. At one point, he finds himself falling for Mamoru, prompting him to question why he has human feelings without the beautiful dreams that real humans have. Zirconia retaliates against his newfound feelings, leading to an all-out betrayal. After helping the Sailor Guardians, Fisheye and his allies die, but are then revived by Pegasus with their own dream mirrors and taken to Elysion. I love it when the bad guys become good guys. Our final femboy is bound to bother some of you guys, given the recent controversy, but it's Bridget from Guilty Gear. According to Guilty Gear Strive and its developers, Bridget now identifies as a girl, at least according to one of the endings. I'm fine with that, but it certainly doesn't erase 2 decades of femboy appeal. Even in Japan, she's still labeled Otokonoko, so I'm here to celebrate her appeal as a male who turned her world upside down. Bridget was born to wealthy parents alongside her brother in a superstitious town that believed it was a bad omen to give birth to twin boys. In order to avoid exiling or killing one of their sons, Bridget was passed off as a girl and raised as such till adulthood. She actually enjoyed life as a girl, but then saw how guilty it made her parents feel. In response, Bridget set out to disprove the town's superstition by revealing herself as a successful male bounty hunter. During her encounters, she would remind everyone that, despite her effeminate appearance, she's male. Sure enough, after attaining fame and donating to the town, she weakened the superstition and vindicated her parents, earning herself the freedom to decide how she wants to live going forward. Regardless of whether your playthrough has her come out as trans or remain a femboy with confidence, the important part is she's pursuing what makes her happy. As far as I see it, her appeal as an effeminate male remains strong. So there you have it, 10 of the most iconic femboys in anime and video games. I hope you've enjoyed this change of pace. Be sure to let me know who your favorite tomboy is in the comments below. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoy this channel, help us grow by liking, commenting, sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and
most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all our anime lore, discussions, and Let's Play content.
You can support us directly through Patreon, Subscribestar, or a YouTube membership, all of which come with benefits like spicy exclusive vids and early access.
As always, celebrate your fandom. I want to give a special shout out to all my $10 and up supporters. VideoGamer75, Dante Pendragon, Stephen Elak, Samuel Gersten, The Nonchalant Ostrich, Otaku Mom, Jens Bauman, Mystic Samurai 1983, Lord Ormagoden, Freebrick, Alexis Yukio Gomez Yamato, Link Pendrago, Observer Bellis, James Hewitt, Uncanny EXP, Zamas Autonomous, Scout, Yuki Eidos, Crow Kalem, Saul Soto, Tristan Riggin, Major, Caitlin P, Sogai CH, Vladimirovna, The Taz 96, Jonathan Padua, Kengo X77, Hairsha of E-Rated Hands, Alistair Bernadotte, and Akakaze Yume. Thank you all so much.